In this video, we are going to show you a sample one-day or 24-hour travel itinerary for visiting Budapest. Budapest is the capital city of Hungary and the political and economic center of the country. Budapest is stunning, with a rich architectural and historical heritage. It has been called the best destination in Europe and a hidden gem that everyone needs to see. Most people tend to focus on Western European cities like London, Rome and Paris. Budapest is famous for its lively culture, unique food, picturesque views, and its spas. The locals are friendly, the city is safe, and there are a lot of amazing attractions. The most challenging thing about Budapest is the language, which is Hungarian. The language is different from anything else in Europe. It has its own family tree, which makes it quite challenging to learn. Luckily, many people speak English. If you're only going to be in Budapest for a day, you might be concerned about how much of the city you'll be able to experience. In this video, I will provide a step-by-step plan to get around the most important and popular monuments, landmarks, and attractions. Let's get started. The first thing I often recommend is going to the high point of any city that you're visiting. It gives you great exercise, but more importantly, a great view of the surrounding area. Fisherman's Bastion. Our first destination is Buda Castle district, which is located in Fisherman's Bastion. The largest tower was built in the late 19th century and completed a few years later. You can enjoy one of the best panoramic views of Budapest from its terraces. It also gives you an amazing view of the Parliament building and the Danube River. This is one of the most popular tourist attractions in Budapest. Set out early and you can take amazing photos of the landscape, because it will be difficult once it gets crowded. Matthias Church. Behind Fisherman's Bastion is Matthias Church. It is a Gothic Roman church also located in Buda Castle district. Matthias Church is an architectural wonder inside and out. It was the venue for many royal events like coronations and weddings. It also frequently hosts classical music concerts. Buda Castle. Take a 10-minute walk to Buda Castle. It is the historical castle of the Hungarian kings, and shows the turbulent history of the city over the years. It was destroyed during World War II and then rebuilt a few years later. As a matter of fact, the church is still currently undergoing restoration, so check the availability of tours before you head to Hungary. Go to the top of the building where you can enjoy an amazing view similar to the one at the Fisherman's Bastion. Buda Castle houses the National Library, which holds a copy of every book published in Hungary, and the History Museum, which covers the history of the city. The National Gallery is also located nearby, where you can find some of the most important Hungarian artworks. Chain Bridge. Located nearby is the Széchenyi Chain Bridge. It's a picturesque stone bridge that crosses the Danube River and connects both sides of Budapest, Buda and Pest. At the time of its completion, it was considered an engineering wonder. Like other monuments and important buildings, it was also heavily damaged during World War II. It was completely rebuilt immediately after the war. It takes about 6 minutes to cross the bridge on foot, so take your time to enjoy the beautiful architecture and landscape. Central Market Hall. Take a 10-minute walk to Central Market Hall. This is the largest and most beautiful of the indoor markets in Budapest. The market was completely destroyed during World War II but was rebuilt 3 years later. It's a very cool place to hang out, and is now one of the most popular attractions in Budapest. The market was made indoors to preserve the quality of the food and prevent foodborne illnesses, which were a problem at the time. The Central Market offers a variety of goods such as fruits, cooked meals, and clothes. There are also souvenir shops here, so you can get a memory from your visit to Budapest. If you are hungry, there are food stands readily available here along with restaurants on every corner. Zimpla Kert. Next we visit Zimpla Kert. It's what locals call a ruin bar. It started as a place for people to find cheap drinks and relax. Located in the former Jewish ghetto, it was abandoned for years. But in the early 2000s, it became a destination for locals to hang out, relax and grab a drink. There could be holes in the walls or exposed pipes, and this gives it an underground feeling. Drinking at one of these bars is a unique experience. And yes, that is an old bathtub converted into a sofa. Zimpla Kert is the original ruin bar that started the trend. It's still the most popular and one of the largest ruin bars. Hungarian Parliament Building. Next is the Hungarian Parliament Building, the seat of the National Assembly of Hungary. It is a majestic piece of neo-Gothic architecture, and it is currently the largest building in Hungary. It is the most important and iconic building in all of Hungary, so pretty much the symbol of Budapest. The Hungarian Parliament building can only be visited with a guided tour, which lasts about 45 minutes. You'll be able to learn about Hungary's history and culture. St. Stephen's crown jewels are on display, as well as rooms filled with arts and crafts from throughout the ages. House of Terror. Our next destination is the House of Terror, a building with a ghastly history. It was where activists were taken for interrogation and torture. The walls were made of double thickness to muffle the screams of the victims. Sounds charming, doesn't it? It has now been converted into a museum and memorial and documents the dictatorial oppression Hungary faced during its fascist and communist regimes. It is also a memorial to the numerous victims of those regimes. The museum's exhibits are thought-provoking and informative. Inside the museum, you will find plaques and photos of the many victims. It truly is a visual and emotional experience. City Park. Next, we come to City Park. Once used as a private royal hunting ground, it is now the largest public park in Budapest. Here you can feel close to nature even though you are in the heart of the busy city. There are a lot of fun and interesting things to do in City Park. There is the Budapest Zoo, which has a wide variety of animals. Also located there is the Museum of Fine Arts. The museum hosts the world's second largest collection of Spanish art. Széchenyi Thermal Bath. Budapest is located on many thermal springs and baths, which have been a part of life since Roman times. Let's head over to Széchenyi Thermal Bath. It is more than 100 years old and it is the largest natural hot spring spa in Europe. After a long day, it is the perfect way to relax and unwind. The spa has 15 indoor pools, 3 large open-air hot springs, and various rooms where you can get a variety of massages. Tips for your day in Budapest. Let's look at some helpful tips for your day trip to Budapest. Best time to visit. The best time to visit Budapest is spring or fall. In the summer, there is an upsurge in crowds and an increase in rates. So, if possible, plan your visit accordingly. But wintertime is also great. Cold, yes. But much cheaper with smaller crowds. Looking at the snowy hillside while sitting in a thermal bath is an amazing experience. Book tickets in advance. It is important to get tickets in advance to avoid wasting time in long lines, especially since you might only have limited time. Some attractions don't even sell tickets on site, so make sure to get your tickets online in advance. Get the Budapest card. The Budapest card provides free, unlimited public transport throughout its validity. This is important because taxis are quite expensive here. It also includes entry to select museums, tours, and discounts. I will put a link in the description for the Budapest Pass. To continue your travel journeys, click here. Now it's time to hear from you. What city have you visited in a short period of time? Please like and subscribe to see more travel-related videos. Happy travels and thanks for watching.